beautiful people of God. So today it's an update video about what Uncle DHS is doing to us. DHS is Department of Homeland Security, but I'm calling them Uncle DHS because it's the name of Uncle Sam, and they're dealing with our asses here. DHS came up with a proposed rule recently. I think that was September 25th. Yeah, they came up with a recent rule, and it's not yet final. It's just been proposed. It's in the proposed phase. You know, people are allowed to comment on it through October 26, 2020. So after October 26th, they will look at the comments, I guess, and make the final decision. So this rule is just proposed for now, but there is every tendency, especially if Trump wins again, that it will become final. But even if it doesn't win, I still feel like there's still going to be a bit of change to things as we know it now. So yeah, so I'm just going to be talking about the proposed rule and what that means for incoming students and students that are already here. So keep watching. Before we get into this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, share with your friends and family, join the family, because I promise you won't regret it. Let go. So the first thing that they want to do is to eliminate duration of status. Currently, how it's been done is that when a student applies for student visa and wants to come as an international student, they admit you for duration of status. So long as you're in status, you can stay for as long as you want, so long as you're enrolled in school and you're not doing anything that violates your visa. That is how it is being done right now. So students can go back to school as much as they want and all of that, and essentially you're allowed to stay for as long as you want, so long as you're in status. But now what they're proposing is to change it to a fixed duration. If they're admitting you, they want to admit you for up to 4 years or 3 years or 2 years. Right now they're proposing it for 4 years, and they believe that every person will be able to complete their degree in 4 years. But we all know that's not true, especially for PhD students. PhD students, sometimes they can take longer to finish their program. I think someone said the least is 5 years, and then sometimes it can take up to 8 years. So could it work? That 4 years could it work? It won't work. A man work. That's what they're currently proposing. And then they now added a twist and said, if you're a student in certain groups, so certain groups being, if you're a citizen of a country of state-sponsored terrorism, they would only admit you for up to 2 years. And if you're also from a country where students in previous years have been known to have an overstay of more than 10%, you are also in that category. They will only admit you for up to 2 years, and then you have to file extension of status. Essentially, you'll be paying them hundreds of dollars every 2 years if you're in these categories. So let me just list all the categories that are affected by that not staying up to 4 years thing, where you have to file extension every 2 years. If you're a citizen of a country on the state sponsor of terrorism, which includes North Korea, Iran, Sudan, and Syria, or you're from a country that have visa overstay rate of 10% or more, or you're a student that is coming for a major such as nuclear science, or you're doing research in any area that is of national interest to the US. Yeah, that's the thing. Or you're a student at an unaccredited school, or you're also a student that is enrolling in a school that does not participate in EVerify. So most employers and schools are not required, but they are advised to participate in EVerify. I'll leave a link to what EVerify is. I can't really remember, but I know I've read of it before, but I'll leave a link down below for if you want to know what EVerify is. Yeah, these students in these categories, the terrorism one, students from countries with visa overstay of 10% or more, students in certain majors. That majors one, I don't know why they're so particular. I know why the US is particular about nuclear science, nuclear weapons and all of that, but to think that you have the power to limit what somebody wants to study, somehow. So let me know what you guys think about the proposed rule so far. If you're an international student here, or you're even in a different country, and you're hearing all these things and you're like, what's going on? Just let me know what you think. I want to know. For students who are already here, this is how it's going to affect us because I'm one of you people. This is how it's going to affect you. If this rule as it is goes into effect, students will be transitioned to a fixed time period. So I guess they're still deliberating or trying to figure out how they will do that, but they'll transition students from duration of status to a fixed time period. I guess if it goes into effect as final rule, then we'll know what the plan is to do that. But for now, that's just what it is right now. Also, students who have a valid I-20 right now, and if you're still a student in F-1 visa status, when the final rule goes into effect, they will have up to 4 years from that effective date that the rule goes into effect to complete their degree. So they would have 4 years to complete their program without having to file for extension of status. So you won't have to file for extension of status when the rule goes into effect if you're still a student, but you'll have up to 4 years. It can't exceed, according to the rule, it can't exceed 4 years from the effective date of the rule for you to complete your degree. Now, another thing that they're also trying to do is like limit the amount of time students can go back to school, I guess. For now, they said students can be allowed an additional 2 times to complete a degree on the same level. I'm not sure what they mean by on the same level, but I'm assuming that is bachelor's, master's, PhD. So I guess you can only complete a bachelor's like a total of 3 times. So that's what they mean, 2 additional times. So 1 plus, if you're currently this one you want to go back again, use an additional 2 times, so a total of 3 times. So I'm assuming if for whatever level you are at, you can only go back again to study maybe something else, a different major, for a total of 3 times. And then I'm not sure how moving to another level of study would be affected by this. I guess you can be allowed to go to pursue a different degree on a different level. So let's say from bachelor's to master's. Probably when you get to, so I'm thinking like if you're allowed to like go for masters after your bachelor's, maybe you want to go for masters after bachelor's, you would be allowed to maybe do a second or third master's for a total of 3 times as well. That's what I'm thinking, but we don't know yet. But let me know what you guys think as well. Do you think this will affect people who want to go from bachelor's to master's, from master's to PhD? How do you think it will affect them and all of that? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I want to know what you guys are thinking, how you guys feel about this whole rule. And don't forget, you can also go on the government website to comment about what you think about this rule. So I'll leave a link to where you can go comment so that you can contribute to this and voice your opinions and all of that. If you want to go to a lower educational level, you have 1 additional time to change to a lower educational level. Even though I don't really know why anybody would want to go from a higher level to a lower level, but I mean, I guess it's possible. If you want to do that, you have only 1 additional time. It's crazy how they're trying to limit what people can do. I mean, it's your money. You're the one spending the money and to get the education that you want. Why are they trying to restrict it? I don't know. It's really to think that they have so much power to limit what you can do in regards to like get the degree you want, to get the education you want on your own dime. Like, I don't know, it doesn't really sit well with me. Also, for current students, grace period is being proposed to be changed to 30 days instead of the regular 60 days. So currently it's 60 days that is allowed, but they're trying to restrict it to 30 days. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Like, this is a lot of massive change to like international student life as we know it. This is a lot of change, and it may look like I'm smiling, but I mean, I'm this type of person that laughs even when things are really serious. I just don't want to give myself high BP. Also, for H1B, students who are selected for H1B, I guess it's only good news in this. Students who are selected for H1B will have a longer gap period from, I think it's been changed from October to April. And during that time period, they'll be allowed to work while the H1B is being processed. So I guess that's the only good news in all of this, because as far as I'm concerned, just other things. God help us. So let me know what you think about this whole thing. Personally, I really feel like they're trying to make it blatant in our face that you're not welcome here, you're not welcome here. It's not a good thing, honestly. And you'll be putting so much pressure and undue burden on students who are adding lots of money to your economy. Like, I don't understand. If you want to think of it as a business, like, you're not being good. You're not being a good solution provider to your customers. You're not taking care of your customers very well. At all. You're not. You're making us feel like, hey, why do I need the people? But you need us. You need us. You need us. Well, let me know what you guys think about the new proposed rule. If there are any positive sides to this that you're seeing, let me know. Also, just share your thoughts. I want to read all about them. I want to read it, my dear. I'll leave the links to the webpage where all of this is on. The webpage with the new proposed rule document, so you can read all about it if you want. It's the long document, but it's worth going over at least. And also I'll leave a link to where people, can comment, and so you can read other people's comments, and you can also make your own comments. Let's all contribute to this and see where this goes. Hopefully they don't put this rule into effect, because my oh my. That's all for today. I'll see you guys in my next one. Deuces. Have fun. Bye.